Man, you talk about an old boxer and another thing that's just jacked up about boxing. So Oscar De La Hoya, hopefully he makes a quick recovery.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was in the hospital with COVID-19, but I tell so he's out of here. But so De La Hoya is out of the fight versus Belfort, and now Evander Holyfield is stepping in.
Yeah. I was on a call.
Will be in Florida now.
I was on a production call, and they were asking me questions about Belfort. I didn't know much about him, so while we're on the call, I'm like, I got to show up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I start watching while I'm on the call, and I said, oh shoot, this dude's decent.
Same thing I said.
I said, I know like the subtle differences between boxers and MMA fighters, and I'm not saying this dude is a boxer, but he's got some stuff. He's got some juice. And if Oscar's gets lazy at some point, that juice could have an impact on the fight. Now we got Evander Holyfield, and I'm just not sure, man. I don't know what to really even say about it. You know what I mean? I think if Evander's got to be close to I
believe he's 58 is the number that comes to mind.
Yeah, and I know he's been wanting to get back in the ring for so long, even well before this Roy Jones and Mike Tyson thing took off, and seemed like this kind of took lift off was the lift off for all of the YouTube sensations and fighters who wanted to come back and things like that. He's been talking about coming back for a long time, and I guess he feels like this is his opportunity. It's what I said to you guys through text. You can't be Father Time, and two things happen with Father Time. You're gonna lose your athleticism over the course of time, and then the other side of that is everything that you used to be, you just aren't, and you don't really understand it. And no disrespect to Evander, I'm definitely hoping the best for him, but
absolutely,
I just don't think that this is the right fight at this point. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know, because he's been doing it since he's 10 years old. So yeah, this kind of like riding the bike. But at some
point, the bike's not the same. The rider of the bike's not the same.
I'm 34. I'm 33, and I'm just in another 10 years. I'm not gonna be able to ride the bike the way that I did when I was 33. Yeah. 10 years beyond that, it goes on. So
like you were saying, he wants to do this. I'm like, yeah, I want to be as skinny as I was, 10 years ago. But like, I'm not, and I can't be sometimes. But
15.
Belfort is
something like that.
44 years old, 14 years younger. So.
Yeah,
the fact that he's 44 and he's 14 years younger is absurd.
But I said the exact same thing you said, Shawn, when I watched some clips of Belfort a couple months back before he was going to fight on that Tiafimo undercard. It's like, this guy is nice.
Yeah.
And then he told us a story about, well, actually, I was going to be signed in boxing in 96 before I did the UFC. Muhammad Ali came to my hotel room and they gave me the big signing bonus and everything, but I turned it down for my passion for MMA.
Wow.
And
the wrestling and all that. Yeah.
Right. But he said, oh yeah, I was all that. Like they Aram and everybody wanted me back in the 90s.
This could be a problem.
Yeah, he could have been a problem.
Yeah. This could be a problem.
I really would like to see Evander. Also, Real Deal is one of my favorite nicknames. It's very simple, but just it's so damn solid. But I hope for Evander's sake, obviously you're a legend of the sport, just make it out healthy.
I mean, he's the second greatest, in my opinion. I think he's the second greatest heavyweight of all time behind Ali. When you talk
about wow,
he's the only 4-time heavyweight champion of all time. I mean, he beat who else can say they beat George Foreman and Larry Holmes and Mike Tyson and David Tua and all? Oh my God, on and on and on and on and on. But
I had a question for Ice, man. I'll ask him. I'll ask him next time we have him on. But I wanted to hear from him what he thought the difference was in this generation's fighters opposed to the generations that he's seen come previous. I've had plenty of opportunities to hang out with Evander. And every time I hang out with Evander, I get this sense, the same thing I get from Bernard Hopkins and Andre Ward. Those three guys, I get this sense that fighting, war, conquering their opponent, being great. I mean, like just anything that comes with those words, like greatness and stuff like that. is all Evander ever cared about. It seemed like he cared about that more than he cared about the money, more than he cared about fame, more than he cared about fighting at the Caesars, anything like that. It seemed like his core, I just wanted to be better than anybody I was in the ring with on that night. You know what I mean? So I know he's chasing that again, and I'm hoping he's able to feel that and not feel much more than that on that night.
Yeah, because he could lose that fight because of all the things we said about Belfort. He's 14 years younger. And
he's 58. He could hurt himself getting out of bed. Like, I mean, it's just
take it easy.
I'm just saying, it's like
again. So like I said, he's been wanting this for a long time. The dude he trains.
And he looks Bernard good. Like he looks like he's in good shape.
And Bernard does the same thing. Bernard he travels with training gear. He trains wherever he's at, and even especially when he's home, he still gets down. You know what I mean? I don't know if either of those guys are sparring like Iceman, but they all are those type of guys where they just stay ready.
And that fight is moved to Florida. They're trying to get it sanctioned as an official bout. Mm-hmm. I know Anderson Silva's fighting again. These are weird times, but shout out to the Spider. But that's pretty much it for boxing coming up. And then
Anderson Silva's fighting Ortiz.
Yeah, Tito Ortiz.
Tito.
Who also is somebody that like I remember watching randomly on like commercials like 20 years ago. So it's like it's just weird times.
What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ant. Follow me on IG with 2 T's. Let's do it. Let's do it again.
Just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you tell them what to do. I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brenagh.
Carson A. Merk. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.